So at the very moment I'm asking for lunch. So lunch is 55 lempiras, 65 and 75. And there is another price 85 and 100 lempiras. And this is what it is. ¿Me puede dar por favor uno de 55 sí, y una latita de Coca-Cola? So, para aquí, si no, ya me voy a ubicar por allá.
¿Una de 5?
Ajá, de 55 sí. Este es verdad.
Esta es la de 65.
Ah, 65, ok.
¿De 65?
A mí, está bien, el de 65. Está bien. 65 lempiras.
6.
And a Coke.
Una de 6.
Tasty beans and es de cerdo, ¿verdad? And a pork. Tasty beans, pork, rice and cheese. Very nice. Y esto sería como chimol, ¿verdad?
Chimichurri.
Chimichurri. Very nice. Green chimichurri, which make it even tastier.
¿De tomate dijo Coca?
Una Coca-Cola. Si tiene de botella o
No,
tiene
solo portátil.
de lata. Sí, está bien. Por favor, gracias.
¿Más tortilla? ¿Más tortilla?
¿Tortilla? Sí, viene con tortilla, ¿verdad? Dos tortillas está bien. Two tortillas and a pork meat, which is... Gracias. Excuse me. So that's where we are, getting lunch for less than, I would say, 80 lempiras, which is about $3. That's the lunch we're having. Very much, and the way it goes is that in El Salvador, I have lunch for $3, including the juice. So that's very much what it is. And this is El Pedregal neighborhood. The sitting area is very much close. I mean, there's only 3 or 4 tables there, but very much the sitting area here. I'm gonna have my lunch right here. So it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a cloudy afternoon in which it's very populous area here. There are pharmacy nearby, which we call Pharma City. It's very lots of people come here, but anyway, it might get a little later. It's Sunday afternoon, so very much in a place like this, people get lunch and then go to rest in the evening, but it's very affordable. So yeah, people can sit here, so I'm moving my way up to find a nice table here, so I can put my tripod, my camera. Aquí, gracias. Le dije, tiene mi vuelta también, so this is my chance. ¿Cuánto fue por todo?
92 gasta.
92 lempiras for everything, which makes it very affordable, still less than $4. And the current exchange rate should be, like I said, a little over $3, because the exchange rate at this moment is 26 lempiras for $1. So still less than $4 for a Coke. Tortillas and meat, pork meat, lemon, rice, beans, and cheese. Little cheese here, as you can see here. Very tasty lunch. So be bear with me, please. Today's video, I'm already talking about long distance relationship, as I'm accommodating putting together my stuff here to eat lunch. I'm sorry for the little inconvenience of before moving a lot. but trying to get to everything here in place so I can start eating my lunch while I'm doing this little posting for you guys. And thank you for being patient. But that's where we are. So here we are. So as I was saying before, about what is a long distance relationship meaning for expats, especially. Myself, I was 14 year, 14, I'm gonna give that again. From my own experience, I have to share it. 14-year long distance relationship. Finally, I got, I came to where I need to come, from Central America, get married, and here I am, after almost close to 2-year marriage, close to 2 years. The 2 year will be in October this year. Today is June 21st, and October is going to be the second anniversary of marriage. But in a long distance relationship, which is very unusual for 14 years, relationship is very unusual. I think 1 in 100,000, most likely. I mean, I can't really know. 1 in 100,000 long distance relationship takes that long, like 14 years. Most guys, dating from the U.S. mainland USA, last, very much after 6 months, guys start traveling to the Philippines. If you are in Latin America too, if you dated somebody from Mexico or Colombia, perhaps, many people who have dated, from the U.S. from the United States, dating Colombian girls, Mexicans, Central America, especially Costa Rica. The dating scene in Costa Rica is very much common, very much, there are many dating apps in Costa Rica that caters to American singles, and I'm sorry, moving again, and usually, when if you're dating somebody, if you live in Miami, Houston, New York, if you're dating somebody, a Costa Rican woman, a Costa Rican girl, I mean, just what is going to cost you to come to Costa Rica and visit that person you're dating? I mean, in a long distance relationship, right? What's it going to cost you? $400 round trip ticket, sometimes even $350 round trip ticket, but sometimes $600 round trip ticket. Come to San Jose, Costa Rica, you come, visit, you spend a week or 2-week vacation. You take like most guys, in the U.S. having, most lonely, there are millions of guys younger than me, myself, in their 30s, in their 20s, lonely guys, dating, people, girls overseas. You call it, I just mentioned Costa Rica, it could be the Philippines. But like I said before, if you're dating someone in Costa Rica, in San Jose, and you live in Houston, let's put a case, a particular case. You live in Houston, Texas, dating someone in Costa Rica. There's a direct flight in San Jose. It takes 3.5 hours to 4 hours. A plane ticket may cost you, let's say, cost you $500 to $600, average price. When I mentioned $400 ticket, because if you buy the ticket 2 months ahead of time, you can get it at good prices. I have known people who have bought ticket for like $99 round trip ticket to San Jose, Costa Rica. Well, special case, of course. You have to take the plane at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, arrive Costa Rica at 6 in the morning, get breakfast and everything like that. But let's say that the whole 2-week vacation in which you are coming somebody to meet in San Jose, Costa Rica, it may cost you $600, let's say $500 to $600 airplane ticket, and then the other expenses might cost you another, let's say, another $1,000 or $1,200 for 2-week vacation you take. That includes hotel, that includes going out with that girlfriend that you have. You're visiting for 2 weeks. So how much can you spend for that all together? If I said $600 for $1,800, $1,800. You come and meet your girlfriend in San Jose, Costa Rica. And then what happens? Well, then you only have 2 week vacation. I'm talking about the people who are still working, the single guys in their 30s or 40s, even in the late 20s. I mean, you can see cases between the 20s that can't find a girlfriend in the United States, in Houston, taking particularly. You can't really find a you came, that particular guy came out of a bad relationship, and you want to try something new, something, overseas. What's gonna cost you? Like I said, $1,800 for 2 week vacation. Is that healthy, guys? I mean, seriously, let's talk about serious. Is that a healthy relationship? And then you go back home again, back to Houston, back to your work, until your next vacation, next 2 weeks vacation, a year later, and then you continue with that long distance relationship for another year. For another year until you get the next 2 weeks vacation to come back again, do the same. Is that really serious? I mean, is that really healthy? Is that really, can you trust the girl being without you? You only have each other for 2 weeks, whether you were together or just visiting at your girlfriend's, because it's your girlfriend, it's your long distance relationship, but it's your girlfriend that you met online. One of those cheap dating sites that you pay $20 membership fee to become a member of this dating site, and you've been talking to this girl for months, even for more than a year or 2 years, but finally you take a 2 week vacation and come to visit. Then what happens now? Then everything went fine according to you, you got to meet a parent, if it's a single mom, you came to meet the child, the children, the two kids, that young lady, or maybe she's just single, that she has no kid, very much independent, and very much you came, and everything seems to be going fine. But really, is that really what you're looking for? I mean, if you are serious, looking for that wife that you are trying to settle down, even in your if you are in your early 30s or 40s, 50s, but you finally want to settle down, but then you're working and you want to come back again in another year. What's going to happen? Let's be open-minded in this situation like this, in which you live again and you continue that long distance relationship. Is it really you looking for a wife? Why not get a visa for her, fiancé visa, right? If you're really serious about it, if you're really 100% sure that that's the person you really were that you were looking for. But what happens that you continue that's where as we're digging deeper, what is an LDR, long distance relationship? That's where most guys in the US, that's what is going on. That you feel so lonely in the US. So lonely that you are a member of this dating site, $20 membership, and you're dating this person, a long distance via video call, and that's where you are. That's where you are. Having a companion. It's a companionship that you're looking for $20 a month. Yes, you're having a dating relationship where you have a companion, basically companionship for $20 membership fee on those dating sites, and you continue that relationship like that for another year. But what's going to happen eventually is that the girl is going to be, it's going to get desperate, it's going to get exhausted, or most likely, right? And she's gonna wonder if you're really serious about marrying her. She's gonna wonder, start worrying, Unless it's one of those girls that's, that maybe she wants you to have, deposit money now, deposit, which I don't recommend, a monthly allowance, $400, $300 monthly allowance, while that year again, it takes another year for you to have another 2 week vacation and come to her again. But most likely, guys, that girl has another person she met online also. Same, and sometimes it happens. It's very common. It's not unusual. And then she has different options now. She has 2, 3, 4 more options where she's getting most likely some monthly allowance. But let's say that that you met that person. Now you spend your first 2 week vacation on your vacation from your job in the U.S. in Houston is the case. Came to San Jose, Costa Rica. You have to go for 2 weeks, and then whatever happens those 2 weeks, only you and her knows. But let's say that you are excited. You are, finally, I mean, you are really serious about this. But you continue with this relationship online, I mean, via video call. But then, why not commit to make that decision right away? Oh, because you wanna know her about, but maybe you're not ready to have that apartment for her. You're not ready yet. You wanna get to know her more. That those 2 weeks wasn't enough, and you have the right to get to know her more. In the meantime, the relationship continues. But then, what if she doubts how serious you are? What if she thinks that you have another girl that you're talking to while you have, while you are in video call relationship with her for another year? I think there is always the temptation that you may get that you're not really sure after meeting, after being with her those 2 weeks. What if doubts come to your mind? What if many doubts can come to your mind about her personality, about how serious she is. I mean, you are together 2 weeks, and everything, she took you to the airport after 2 weeks in San Jose, went back, and then hug, everything, we continue, everything happy, everything good, but deep down, bottom of you, you're not really sure. You're not really 100% sure, but you still continue a relationship, giving a chance, that everything was gonna go fine, you get to know her more. Now let's compare that to a relationship. Let's say you're the same guy in Houston. You have a good job. You're making $6,000, $70,000 per year, which is fair. It's good. You're still single. Getting out of a 3 or 4 year relationship with an American girlfriend, but now you're ready to do that move online. So you are a member, like I said before. Those $20, $10 membership, member of those dating apps, tons of them, catering to the Filipino women, and the thousands of Filipino girls. Again, single mom, with maybe 2 kids with 1 child. Some of them with no child. They're in the early 20s. And going to college, some of them maybe going to school, in the university, 21-year-old, beautiful, single. Then you start in your 30s, even 40s. You started the relationship online, LDR, right? Again, how much gonna cost you to visit the Philippines? Gonna cost you $1,500 airplane ticket minimum. $1,500. The trip, again, 2 weeks trip. You're planning again for your vacation. And then hotel, the whole expenses is gonna cost you around $4,000 cash in 2 weeks. But you're making like $60,000, like I said before, $60,000 a year. Yeah, you can afford $4,000 to visit that woman. But is that to the same topic again? Whether it's a girl from Costa Rica or a girl from the Philippines, all maybe you're looking for is that you don't want to move to the Philippines, you don't want to move to the San Jose, Costa Rica. You can't get adjusted to a different culture. You have a hard time moving away from your home country because you say you're not. Remember, you have no pension. You only have your job. So guess what? In the Philippines, you met that Filipino girl online. She can, dating for a year. A year goes by, you're still dating that girl. I'm sorry. And then again, companionship. Lonely. You broke up with that girlfriend, toxic girlfriend in the US, in Houston. After 3-4 year relationship, and then lonely again. You want to try something new, something real. What? Something real, right? Real relationship. It's too superficial. It's too Your last relationship with your American girlfriend was too transactional. Transactional is that everything was about money. Everything was about how do you have the latest model car? Do you have how much? Are you getting any promotion on your job? Yeah, what kind of life are we gonna have? When are we gonna have the down payment for the house in the suburbs? Your girlfriend, your former girlfriend was putting pressure on you. Do you have credit? Yes. A girlfriend is gonna ask you if you have credit. If you have bad credit, loser. You don't have credit, right? You can be community loser. You have no credit. How are you gonna plan your future, right? That's Western mentality, right? Western women. I'm not saying all. Don't get me wrong. But there are many girls in the U.S., Canada, Europe, Western society, who have decent girls. It's not about everything about money, but many are. Let's get that. So now, with your new Filipino girlfriend, that the second case I'm trying to get across here. Same thing, guys. A Filipina girl wants to settle down, wants a marriage. Remember, divorce is forbidden. In Costa Rica, at least you can get divorced. If things go south, if things go wrong, you can get divorced and marry again. The Philippines is illegal. It's against the law. You can't divorce. Once you're married for life. And now, LDR again, long distance relationship. Time goes by, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you haven't made the trip. So she started after 2 years. You haven't even taken that. You haven't been able to take that 2-week vacation for 3 weeks, guys. It's not even a week. But if you have only 1 week, only the vacation, only the traveling part is going to take you 2 days, 2 full days. So you have 4 full days. It's nonsense to have 1 week vacation and go to the Philippines. No way. Just the traveling is going to take 2 weeks. One way, going down to the Philippines, it's going to take a full day, 16 hours. And to come back another 16 hours, that's 2 days full, guys. But let's say you have 2 weeks. 2 weeks, it's good enough. But still, you can't make that decision because you are to fill that emptiness, that vacuum, that loneliness. You get in line, right, with your LDR again. LDR, your Filipino girlfriend relationship you have, and times go by, and 1 week, 1 year, 2 years, and then you are tunnel without you don't see she can't see the light on the tunnel because every girl, most likely, except for a few of course that they were scammers, they want to try to get as much money from you and from other in your same situation. But what if you are one of 4 or 5 guys who are dating online with her? There is no way to know. But to feel that loneliness it's costing you $20. Mr. $20 is nothing to you, right? $20, a burger, a McDonald's now costs $15, a combo. So $20 seems nothing, right? So you pay $20 and you have a girl talking to you late at night. You come exhausted from work or whatever, weekends. But at least you have something to talk. Guys, thousands of good young men in the U.S. they have nobody to talk to when they come. Well, they have relatives, family members, but a significant other, somebody who can, a woman, a girl, a single girl. They don't have it. They don't have it, guys. Relationships have become so complicated, so much pressure that some guys are staying single. They are in the late 20s, early 30s, after a career. They have good banking, job in the bank in Wall Street where they work. But we're talking about Houston, right? Remember the case? Still, it's a good executive job. Good, it seems that everything's going for them good. Making now not 60s after that. Even if they make $100,000, they don't have no relationship, no girl who can come to or who can talk to. The broken relationships. So they're lonely again and looking for that. So why not try something new? Try abroad, and that's what happens. But guess what? What about the other part, the other side story? The Filipina who wants to settle down, to have that, stable relation, stable meaning. Come to the Philippines. Go. If that, yeah, go and spend some time, 3 months, 6 months, to be with the girl before you're making that big decision of marrying her, right? But can you take that 3 months? Can you make that sacrifice? That's where, my guys, perhaps only 5 to 6%. I'd say 5%. I think I'm gonna go low. I'm very conservative. Only 5% of guys dating online from the United States to the Filipino girlfriend and LDR, long distance relationship, make that commitment really to go to the Philippines. Only 5%. The rest is just like going 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. Even guys, myself, I was 14 years in an LDR relationship. 14 years I was like, now guys, what happens with the elderly, those elderly guys after they're 60, well, those guys have pension, right? And they have social security. Even social security money is only $1,000 or $1,200. But they just go because there's no way, they have no option they cannot survive in Houston. Anywhere in Miami, only the apartment is gonna cost a single bed, one bedroom apartment. In anywhere, almost anywhere in America, it will cost you $1,500, $1,600, just the apartment. How you gonna eat? How they gonna pay utilities? So depends. Most with $1,200 social security check end up homeless. That's good. End up homeless. But moving to the Philippines, that's the reason. Many guys, making the move to go to the Philippines with their social security check, they ended up marrying somebody in the Philippines. And the Filipino women, the Filipino girls know that these guys, they're serious about it. If they make the move, going there, down in the Philippines, they want to settle down, they don't want to play games. So those are the relationships those success stories, guys, 95% of those success stories in the Philippines are Filipino women marrying an expat in their 60s or 70s, 70-year-old expat, are success stories. That's what I was trying to get. So the success rate is overwhelmingly in favor of the retired 65-year-old guy, 70-year-old. That's over 95%. I'm not saying there are no successful, but tiny minority. Because nowadays, the ratio of elderly men moving to the Philippines and younger, in their 40s, there are many more. It's every year 50% increase of digital nomad in their 40s moving to the Philippines. So everything is changing. Dating scene is changing. That's the reason. That's the main thing of this video. That things change in 6 months. Just like things are changing in the world at this moment. Just the war. Just a week ago, I never thought that there's going to be bombardment of Iran this contaminated Israel and Iran's war, which is the other different topic. But things change, just like it did change with the World War. I don't know what's going to happen with the planet, with the war. We don't know where we're headed. Are we heading to Third World War? The end of this apocalypse is written in Matthew 24. So everything is there, but which is different topic, like I said before. But the point here I'm trying to make is that things change. Things that 6 months, the dating sites from 6 months ago to where we are today is different. Things change quick. As technology is changing, the dating is changing. I'll leave you with this, guys. A little reflection of the dating scene and how my experience was 14 years long distance relationship. It did work, but in this case, but many cases it doesn't work. But so, make your own decision, be safe, be wise to make that decision. Every case is different, of course, and I wish you well. I'll see you in the next video.